Bone Zone. Yeah, it's a Bone Zone. Yeah. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another late night edition of the Bone Zone. Everybody just make yourselves comfortable. Maybe put on some silky pajamas.
Get a little closer to that fire.
Yeah, get close to that fire. Not too close. No. That's too close.
My God!
Stupid.
You just set your silk pajamas on fire, you idiot.
Yeah.
I was calling the person who burned themselves stupid and what
The
we're
bit
doing.
and the bit. Stupid.
Well, good evening, everyone. How many listeners do we have?
Raise your hand.
3, 4. There we
4.
go.
Well, here we are. It's the Bone Zone with Brendon Walsh. And as always, to my right is Dr. Davey.
Hello.
There's San Francisco Wig Davies joining us today.
What up, motherfuckers?
And then we have new haircut and trim beard Randy.
That's true. I just did that probably 40 minutes ago, 1 hour ago.
You look way younger.
Don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, still fat though.
Still fat. Well, you look fatter and younger.
Yeah, thank you.
More unhealthy because with youth, if you're that fat younger, it's a
yeah.
little more unhealthy looking.
Yeah.
The older you get.
I had an excuse because I looked older for being fat. But
This is
now
40
they're like,
years of living.
Figure it out, man. Yeah.
And we have Red Band. Hello. Working the
Ones and
ones and
the
nines.
zeros.
What is that?
Yeah.
I've never heard all the lyrics to that song, and did he go like, the sun even better? Was that a lyric?
That's what it sounded like.
Talking about how, oh yeah, the sun was?
Yeah, what was it? He was like talking weird shit in the song.
He can say whatever he wants in that voice. It's
Yeah.
fucking rad.
So that's our new intro song.
Trying it on for size.
Trying to find all the best intro songs. So that's that.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was going to take a while longer to talk about.
Yeah. I had 5 minutes of oh yeah material.
Oh no, yeah, let's keep going. That song was popularized originally in the film Better Off Dead.
Yep,
I'm sure.
it was.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ferris burglars. Ferris burglars.
Ferret
Deal.
burglar.
You know
Yep.
what I don't understand, or I always just thought it was gay. Not gay, but well, you know, that there's that band called Save Ferris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought it was the dumbest fucking name for a band.
Well, they were a one-hit wonder based off a one-hit wonder. Their one song was "Come On, Eileen," right?
No.
Well,
I mean,
think they
that's the
they
one.
did a
that-
remake.
Oh,
of
they
it.
did a remake
Yeah.
of that?
Yeah, but that's the
even
one. That's the
cheesier.
one song they were popular for. So their one hit was based on
Another
the other
hit.
band's one hit. Yeah.
You know the like the water tower in Ferris Bueller where it said "Save Ferris" on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was just some random city that they talked into actually doing that, so they could get the shot. Yeah.
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 People, there's a town
They're
in
stuck there with it.
there's a town in New Mexico called Truth or Consequences,
Yeah,
New
yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah, based off the movie.
No, it's a game show.
Oh.
There was a game show in the 50s hosted by Bob Barker, I believe. And they had a contest that if you change the name of your town to Truth or Consequences, we'll come and do our show in your town.
What was the name of
Like
the
a
city
one-off thing?
before? Some other show.
Jeopardy, New Mexico.
It was called The Young and the Restless, New Mexico.
We got to get that revenue, that ad dollar.
So, guys, it's been a few days.
Yeah.
Trying to have some energy here.
Yeah. Let's pump it up.
Yeah, let's pump it up.
What do you guys got?
Oh,
There we go.
Shit! Cheers.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
cheers.
Drink.
Oh, yeah, drink.
Yeah, drink.
Cheers. Can we do a Bad to the Bone riff followed by an Oh Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. It's not super smooth.
Nah, but it's good enough.
No.
Pleases me.
It's that relief of tension that gets to you every time.
Yeah.
There wouldn't have been a laugh otherwise.
Yeah. People just would have been impressed, not thrown back into
They'd have been like,
hysterics.
yep, that's what we thought.
Damn, he's got 2 hands.
So if anybody listened to us the last episode, you know that Randy and Davey found a wallet
Oh yeah.
on the
Oh, yeah.
on the 110, right?
Yeah. So if you didn't hear us talk about it last time, we found we were on our way to the podcast. We were bumper to bumper traffic for an hour.
There was a car crash. We were stuck in traffic.
And found a big lady wallet on a median. I jumped out of my car and grabbed it, and there was $400 in it.
$400.
And a Mexican ID with a Los Angeles address.
Well, we've said her name, Martha. We won't say her full name.
That's her first name.
Martha's her first name. And we had this moral quandary. Are we going to do we give up on the search? But
Before you even start the search,
yeah.
should we
Well,
just
I
give
mean,
up?
do we give up on thinking about the search? But
yeah, do we put our morals aside? Do we give up on our upbringing, basically? And do we keep the $400? Do we like go make some woman's night the best night of her life?
Yeah.
Would you have sex with her as well?
Probably.
Yeah.
As a reward.
As a reward.
I mean, it's mostly up to her, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But anyways, so what we did was actually today. I mean, there's a few days I searched online for info and
We took our sweet time.
took our fucking sweet time. But we went to the address that's on the ID a few hours ago, and we just went up there and knocked on the door, and it was like a house that had like a smaller house behind it, and we knocked on it. No one was there, and then a landlady came out.
And she was like, "Oh no, they don't live there."
She was Asian. That's what Davey's trying to do.
They
is it?
don't live now.
This is not a recording of it. This is Davey. Guys,
So the chicken lady.
The chicken lady came out. It was Mark McKinney's house. I was like, I'm a big fan. Does this lady live here?
Oh, if Mark McKinney's listening, please tweet at us.
Please tweet.
Hashtag Bone Zone.
Yep.
And if anybody else is listening and you're on Twitter, if you're listening to us live, you can tweet with the hashtag Bone Zone Open Wound and tweet a question for Davey, and it'll be Davey will
Answered as honestly as possible,
right.
yeah.
which is honest, I guess.
Now, we have the audio of you guys going to the house before. Did you want to play any of it?
It's
or?
like not that eventful, and it's like 5
It's like
minutes long.
7.5 minutes long.
But
what do you think? That's up to you. Tweet us at Bone Zone. Play the tape.
well, in 15 minutes, that tape will be even less interesting than it would be right now.
We could pop it on and maybe skip through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Let's
mean-
go to right when you get to the lady.
Yeah,
From
just
the
let's
lady's
listen to the
house?
lady, and then
So
we
found
can
this lady's
explain maybe
house,
what
and then
she's
we'll
saying.
explain what we're going through emotionally. Where are we at there?
Sunday.
Okay. 1825 and a half?
Yes.
It is?
Nobody they went out probably because it's Sunday.
Oh, okay. Do you know who lives here?
Why?
We're looking for Martha.
Oh, they moved.
They moved.
They
They
moved?
moved.
That's
They
a
moved
lie.
already.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just
Where they
listen.
moved to?
Yeah.
We
They
found.
didn't tell us what
Oh.
They were.
they didn't tell us where they live, but they think in that's all sometimes.
Yeah, she's like, they just picked up, they moved. We
Okay.
don't know where they're at.
A brother, but one time he passed on and get a letter. Yeah, they left like December. That's November.
That's November?
Yeah.
So the address that we had, they haven't lived at for over a year.
Oh,
We
okay.
found something of hers, and we needed to. We actually found her identification on the freeway, and we were looking for her.
We weren't
So
sure how
they
much
give
to
it half
share,
this
so then it
address
sounded
on
like a
it.
We
lie.
didn't want to
Yeah.
say wallet. Can we Yeah. pause it there? We didn't want to
Yeah.
say wallet because we didn't want this lady to be like, "Oh yeah, I'll get it to her."
Well,
You know?
but then you wouldn't give it to her. You'd say, "Well, we're not
Yeah,
gonna
and she
give it
wasn't
to
threatening
you.
at all. We left it in the car just because
What
I
I-
didn't want to be like, I'm her cousin, give me the wallet, and I
Yeah.
have it, and then they're like, fuck you, because
Yeah,
that's how
yeah.
cousins are.
But it is kind of weird just for a
Yakuza guns us
license
down.
that you're like hunting
Yeah.
it out. Because
Well-
it almost makes you guys seem like you guys are undercover cops.
It seems like
something.
you guys
we
are
wanted-
cops.
Yeah,
What
but this
would have
is-
been proper was we found something of hers in her. We think because her identification was in it, we'd like to give it back. That'd probably be the best thing to say, and not say wallet. You know,
Right.
and literally be like, "We found this thing on the freeway."
Or you could just like take out the money and like all the important
Slap her
stuff
across
and just
the
be
face.
like, I found this wallet that has a bunch of stuff. And then when you find her, then be like, okay, I have all the other stuff too. I just
Yeah.
want it to be, you know what I mean?
Hold the money, kind of like
I just,
ransom.
my goal was just to get like, if this person does talk to that person, they'll be like, it was weird, like these guys were weird, but they said they had your ID, and then she'll be like, shit, my wallet, and then we left our number. That way she can contact us, and we can just talk to her about it.
One of them was wearing a wig and a San Francisco baseball cap.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, this house had like 5 really, really nice cars parked in the driveway. Like,
Yeah.
all in like
It's
car
a
covers
nice
and shit.
BMW, a nice Audi, and then like
and
a Honda.
Echo
which-
Park. Well, I shouldn't have said that, but
Well, Echo Park's a big area.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that's
Yeah.
even weirder then, because then this girl might be a part of some like trafficking,
thing or
human
well, I
trafficking.
think initially I kind of thought about that because I was like, shit, there's a lot of
It
nice
just seemed
cars,
like
but it
she
was
was-
just the landlord's
Yeah,
place.
renting like the back house of this.
Yeah, so basically what the
property.
lady said was they moved out, they couldn't afford rent anymore because
her brother she was like, he got MS or something.
he got really sick and can't move and can't talk.
can't talk,
And
can't
they
breathe.
moved out, and then we were like,
Oh, where'd they move to? But then she goes, so we're like, well, in our heads, we're like, oh, yeah, the money, we can't find her. That money's going to be ours, right? The little evil devil comes
Yeah.
up on her shoulder. But then she was like, but her sister walks by here all the time. So,
So maybe I'll
Randy
see
had
her.
given her his phone number and said, we're looking for this person. This is the phone number. If she wants, if you call this, we'll give her
and
ID
if she's
back.
watching, obviously, just put a tweet out like, "Hey, that's my wallet."
Oh yeah, Martha. If you lost, if you
Up
wanted
until
that
this
there.
point, she didn't realize it was her.
If you owned a Guess brand wallet,
And if you're an
fine.
illegal alien
If you're an illegal
and there are
alien.
white guys trying to track you down for some vague thing of yours that they found.
and this is the thing,
on the highway.
this is-
I'm just outside of my car.
Yeah. This is the thing too. The more you learn about it, the more like empathetic to her situation you become. So all of a sudden, it's just like we're really invested in
Yeah.
getting her. Like at first, we're like, we want that money because like who doesn't want a couple $100s, you know?
Yeah.
So in my mind, we're like, well, we'll wait 30 days and then we'll.
What would you buy? Because we would split it half and half.
What would I buy?
$200 exactly.
I would have to buy my girlfriend something.
Ugh.
I would probably buy I would probably buy Modern Warfare 3.
That's so fucked up.
I
You
would
said that. I was
probably do
gonna
that.
say you should buy.
I
How
would
much
buy-
does that
Is
cost?
it $200?
No, I was gonna say
it's
you should buy the Xbox
it's like-
version.
Oh, but here's the thing: the first thing we would do, because we've agreed this, right? We'd go to dinner and tip somebody $100 to pass the curse on.
Oh, right.
That's what we're
Yeah.
gonna do. But then with the rest of it, I'd probably buy Modern Warfare 3 and then something.
Well, I said that as a joke,
So
man.
funny you
I'll
said
keep
didn't say
exactly
for-
$200.
Oh,
I'll let
come
you
on,
tip
man.
100 of
I would
yours.
tip $100. Who's? I've never been able to do that. In what perfect situation would it be? I hear Drew Carey tips $100 to every waitress.
A lot of rich guys do that shit.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan does that all the time.
Yeah,
kind of
Rogan-
freaky. He'll order like 2 beers and the bill's like
Give the guy
11 and he'll be like,
$80.
yeah, $100.
Really?
I got
Yeah,
I
Rogan's
got a,
generous.
I got a $5
Wish
tip.
I was a waitress.
You got a $500 tip?
$5.
Oh.
But they only paid $5. So like,
I was in Tacoma this last weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I went to breakfast yesterday at this place, and it sounded cool on Yelp, and then I went there and it was like,
Nope.
it was okay, but the service was horrible. And it was like this older woman was the waitress, and she was just so fucking contradictory. Like the person I was with, it was a vegan, so she's just like, well, I just want the oatmeal, but I don't want it made with milk if they make it with milk. And she was like, well, they can't just make one serving, so however they make it, that's how you're going to get it. And she's like, well, I just can't have milk. Either the waitress was arguing with her and then ultimately said, like, well, I don't think they use milk in it. I always just see them boiling water. And it's like, well, why did you argue with my friend
Yeah.
for 5 minutes? And then I wanted instead of toast, I wanted tomato slices with my breakfast. And then she was like, well, there's going to be an extra charge if you want that. Like, just so and I'm like, fine, I just want tomato slices. So she was pissing me off the whole time. She was horrible. She never brought us our water. But then I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to tip, like, the bill was like $28, and I had a $50 bill, and I was just going to tell her to keep the change. But then I was like, wait, no, I don't want to do that. But I gave her a $10 tip, which was still...
Yeah, you should.
This is in Tacoma.
Make them
Tacoma.
feel bad about themselves by giving them too much.
Yeah, that was my... Well, then she got really nice when she saw, like, when I left the 10 there.
She kept on trying to give you like all the little goodies they give you at the end, like the little mints. Oh, take more, take more.
Yeah, she gave you a whole goddamn tomato on your way out the door.
For it.
Just threw it at the back of my head. Tacoma's not that cool.
No, Tacoma's pretty shitty. If you watch Cops and it says that it's like near Seattle, it's in Tacoma.
Yeah.
King County.
Yeah, it is. It was a little more... lot more random black guys asking everybody for money than I expected.
Yeah,
Like
Tacoma's
every
kinda
time,
shitty.
like
Wow.
honestly, it happened like 8 times. And when I would go outside to smoke at the club, every time I went outside to smoke, a different, and I'm, not just, they were all black guys. So I'm not trying to be racist.
Maybe it was.
But you know what I hate? Because the last guy every time I went out to smoke, somebody would be like, hey, and they always have a fucking story like, oh, my aunt is down the block and we have to move and we need money for our U-Haul. I just need $1. And I'm like, no, I don't have anything. And then the last dude was when we were leaving the breakfast place, when we were going into the breakfast place, young, kind of black dude who was dressed way nicer than me, fucking asked me for money for he had some other bullshit story that he started
They have really
into.
intricate stories.
Yeah,
these days,
guys.
Right?
Yeah.
One that my parents were, I can't remember where they were, but they told me this guy walked up and was like, I am a professor at the college. And he was like faking a phone conversation before he walked up and being like, no, don't
Did he
worry.
not even have a phone? Was he just doing that with his pinky
It
and
was
thumb?
it was a deck of cards. But he's like, no, don't worry, honey. I'll be there soon. I'm just trying to, oh, hi, excuse me. I need money for the bus. I'm a professor at the college and my daughter is home alone and blah, blah, blah. And my mom was like, I don't know. My mom is the kind-hearted lady from a small town.
What was your mom wearing? Let me guess. Bikini top, denim miniskirt.
Shorts.
That's so Shirley.
Denim shorts.
That's so Shirley.
There we go. There we go.
Sorry, there's a slight delay.
I laughed before the tension was on that one.
But anyways, my mom was like, her first instinct is to like continue to talk to this guy, and then my dad was like, look how he's dressed. He's not a professor.
What was he wearing?
And if he was
Wait,
a
let me guess.
professor-
The only thing he
He's
wore
wearing
were
a tube top and leg warmers and booty shorts.
It was spring break, so there we go.
Yeah.
No, they have like these intricate things.
He was only wearing the elbow
and
patches.
as a comic,
The only thing he could own.
the cufflinks and elbow patches. Now, as a comic, you say the same jokes multiple times on stage, and there's a certain point where you kind of feel maybe like after you use a joke too many times.
No, that's maybe most comics, but I make up a new hour every night.
New hour every night.
Yeah.
Even if they ask you to do far less than an hour.
Yeah.
You're like,
Even
well, I wrote an hour. I'll just do 10 minutes of it.
10-minute guest spot.
No, but as a homeless people that use the same joke or the same story on every fucking person that
Get
walks
so
by them.
glassy-eyed trying to tell it. It's
Like there's a guy by
so roped.
Amoeba record store in LA.
Yeah.
Every time you walk by, he goes, "Excuse me, can I borrow? What does he say? Can you spare $10 million?" Like he has a joke, and it cracked me up the first time. "Excuse me, can you spare $10 million?" But every time I walk by, like 2 weeks later, it's the same thing.
Oh, man.
Can you spare $10 million?
Yeah. So he says it hundreds
Is
of
that
times
the
a
whole
day.
joke?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you spare $10
because you're
million?
expecting him to say, "Can you spare a few dollars?" And then he says 10 million or whatever.
I try to be generous. I'll give people money sometimes, but sometimes people are just annoying.
Yeah.
Well, when it's people who just that's what they do, where they're like, "Oh, I'll just bug people and get enough money," where they're not.
I was on when I was in high school. We had to our choir traveled to Washington D.C. for some reason. I'm just remembering this, and the bus driver kept telling us, "Don't tip the homeless people. Don't give money to
Here's your money
people.
and also a
Here's
tip.
a tip. Don't give money to panhandlers because they make." He was like, because I read they make $60,000 a year on average or something like that, and I was like, that's the weirdest kind of like. The opposite of a scare tactic. It's like make you envious of this person who obviously doesn't really.
We
make
hear
that
all
much
those
money.
stories. I've heard multiple stories of people being like, and then the guy drove off in his car. You know,
Yeah.
Mercedes up into a mansion.
yeah.
So,
That's the Republican agenda, right?
Right
So what's
there.
the most-
That's why we got to keep him in office, guys.
Yeah.
But let's go back a minute. You
Yeah.
were in D.C. with who, Davey?
Oh yeah.
Oh, with my high school choir.
Haha.
I care. I paid.
Were you?
You were still in high
You were
school,
just
though,
there
right?
because you were banging some chicks in the choir,
oh,
right?
Definitely, man.
Like, you weren't in the
Moses,
choir.
definitely.
He was like the equipment manager for the choir. It's like
I actually.
The tuba guys would like
maybe-
put their jockstrap over your head and
yeah.
they could bully you.
I'll start off
Oh wait, that's
open wound.
band tuba.
I'll start off an open
Yeah.
wound conversation. I never kissed a girl until I was in college.
What?
Right? Scree?
You didn't
have
have
a
that-
record stopping?
Because you didn't have that wig that you're wearing.
But the girl that I had like a super crush on this tour with the choir to Washington, D.C., she was like, I'll teach you how to kiss, but she wouldn't teach me on me. She'd made me practice on my own hand.
She had a pamphlet.
She made me practice on my own hand.
I'll teach you how to kiss.
How ridiculous is that?
Teach Randy how to kiss right now.
Oh, Randy.
No, but just
Oh, from a
With your
on your hand.
yeah.
on my hand. Oh, we got the
Wait, you're
record
gonna
scratch.
make Randy kiss your hand?
Kiss my hand.
Oh, okay. Wait, that's
Okay.
not.
No, if you're gonna
Kiss his hand.
What sort
Okay,
of what
I
sort
don't
of
have a
kiss are we
problem.
going for? Is this a first kiss?
Well, you're the teacher. You teach Randy to kiss.
Okay, Randy.
how-
If you want someone to feel, if someone's comfortable enough with you and they feel warm and invited into your emotional energy, what you want to do is kind of open your mouth just a little bit. Don't stick your tongue out for the first
Yeah.
one.
Should I stop
This is
breathing?
Very first.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
Stop breathing.
I keep focusing on my
But what you want to do? Here, lean in. You're not
Lean
leaning into
in.
my hand. You need to lean into my hand. You need to make the sound into this microphone. And then you kind of open it, and then you clinch around one of the lips.
Oh.
Oh God! Record still.
What's my finger stick?
How-
Is
what
that
did she
video
say?
frozen, or is that just? Is it?
Randy got a double because my
Is
finger.
the video frozen, or is that just?
That's just the
What did
computer.
when that when that young lady was teaching you? What do you remember?
She
what
said,
she
"I'd let you kiss my hand, except my fingers taste like pussy right now."
Oh my God! How old was she?
She was 32.
Yeah.
So you were in college the
First
first
kiss.
time.
What about you, Brendon?
Yeah.
First
Like
kiss.
tongue kiss.
First makeout kiss was like. I'm gonna say. I think like 8th grade, maybe.
8th grade? I think that's
7th
where I
or
was.
8th. So I remember the situation. I made out with the situation. So
Yeah.
I remember it was my first.
I
kiss.
remember the sitch.
I remember the sitch, man. He's like, dumb guys are really good kissers. That's
Yeah.
all I gotta
They
say.
are.
They're,
Well, because they just have open mouths the whole time.
yeah, they're good. They're big, thick fucking lips that they're always hanging agape. It was a very Italian girl, Rose
Italian was her last name.
Rose
Roses.
Pizzone. No, it was Rose Barreca or something. But either way, and she smoked cigarettes,
In the
and I
8th
remember
grade.
thinking that we were in the movies. It was me and her and a bunch of other people, little gang
In
kids.
Philadelphia?
In Philadelphia, we went to this dollar movie theater. It was called the Devon Movies. I don't remember what movie we were seeing, but then like,
Well, that would really put it on a timeline if you could tell us the movie.
oh fuck, I don't know. I wouldn't remember in a million years because like that was the first I made out with a girl.
Yeah,
for
that's
the
what
first
you're
time.
focused
So
on.
that was
Yeah.
and I don't know how it came about. Like if it was predetermined that we were going to make out, because when you're younger, it's like I don't know.
Yeah.
You just kind of figure out like, okay, you're
Yeah.
gonna make
Yeah,
out
yeah,
with
yeah.
me. And she like we started like I don't know how it started, but she wound up like kind of like on top of me, and we're like making out
In the theater.
pretty hard, yeah, for the first time. But I remember thinking that her mouth tasted like hard pretzels. That's what
Really?
cigarettes. That's yeah.
Cigarettes tasted like hard pretzels?
It's
Like, specifically
well,
like
that's
hard
the
pretzels.
only taste that I could.
What brand did she? Because I
I
would.
think Marlboro.
I would smoke that brand if that's what the end result is.
Well, it probably was. It probably just tasted like cigarette mouth, but I didn't know. Like I didn't have any frame of reference of what.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just the most familiar thing that came to my head was
My
hard pretzels.
my
What's your first
first kiss, I think, was in the 8th grade, and it was on a field trip on the bus, and my dad was actually sitting in the front row of the bus.
Oh my god! And you kissed your dad by accident.
Yeah.
All the lights were out.
Got into an accident, everybody flew forward, and his
I'd kissed my
happened to
dad
be in the
multiple
way.
times. It was the first time I'd kissed my dad with tongue. We'd kissed a whole bunch of times before that, so we were very comfortable with each other. I mean, I'd known him my whole life, so. But no, it was a field trip, and it was like on the way back, and it was late at night, and whatever. My dad was in the front asleep. But
Yeah.
something else, my other friend got like a hand job in the back of the bus, and
From your dad.
no, wait, and his mom was also on the bus. That's crazy to me.
Would you be
Weird.
jealous if you caught your dad giving one of your friends a hand job?
No, I'd be proud
Jealous
Of your friend or your dad?
hand hand job. Yeah, I'd be proud of both of them.
Just for breaking barriers.
I just love my dad to be less conservative than he is.
Yeah, whatever it means to do that.
Anytime that he breaks out of that shell, I love it.
So
I never actually said my first kiss was at, and this is equally stupid. It was at a repertory theater summer thing in college.
How many extracurricular activities were you involved in throughout your life?
It was all very artistic. I was involved in a lot, but none of them were sports related.
Right.
And I regret that. Like I don't know how to keep in shape now. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I have to invent some sort of. The only time I played sports was when I was young, before I was hit by the van.
Right.
And I played baseball, and I even tried to, I was bored with it, and I tried to make it theatrical. You know what I mean?
So you would dance around the base?
No, I'd be in the outfield, and if a ball was coming toward the outfield, I'd back up just so I'd have to run forward and leap to catch the ball
I bet
in a
everyone
dive.
just fucking hated
Did you? Have you ever had your ass kicked at all?
I never did, but
That's
I
amazing.
did punch a guy in the head once.
You punched a guy.
Because he was
Theatrically.
making, yeah.
Yeah.
I jumped up and I punched right on the top of his head.
Wearing a tutu and you did scissor kicks.
I did. Well, yeah, there was a little kind of twinkle, 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 boom.
I got beat up on Halloween when I was 9 or something. I got beat up by 2 older guys.
Wow.
Oh, this is the thing.
What were you dressed as?
Well, it's
I punch
What
you
were
back.
they dressed as?
they were dressed as nothing. They were 8th graders, and they grabbed my pillowcase of candy.
So
and
they were nude.
Wait, you had
two
a
naked
pillowcase,
13-year-olds.
But they were like, "Give me your candy," and I was like, "No." It didn't cross my mind that they were being bullies. I was like, "Are you kidding me? No."
Yeah, who would want to give candy?
This is my candy.
Yeah.
And then we started walking away from the house, and my other friends were like, "Get ready to run," and I was like, "Why?" And they took off running, and I looked back, and there's 2 guys chasing me, and I kind of jokingly started running. I was like, "What's happening?" And then these 2 guys just pummeled me, and but I wouldn't let go of the candy.
Yeah.
So my face was very available to be punched. But I was they finally took the candy away and ran off. And that year for Halloween, I didn't really have an idea. I had a suit jacket and pants, and I found.
That's our first guests are here.
Oh, yeah.
The
This
cast
is
of Wild Hogs. John Travolta, William H. Macy. Welcome, guys.
That was actually Carlos Mencia taken off.
Was it really?
Was it really?
Yeah.
On a big motorcycle?
Does he ride a motorcycle?
Yeah.
I thought
Does
it
he?
was the bullies that beat me up all
Carlos
grown up.
Mencia is the most affected person in the world.
Would he be done already? It's only 9:30.
I think it's just started at 7.
Everything's an affectation with that guy.
But check this
he
out.
skydives right into the venue.
The first person I ever kissed, unfortunately, I had in my head that she was blonde, and I kissed her and I Frenched her when I was 14. I was in my head, I always thought she was this hot chick. I always wanted to find her. And last year, I found her on MySpace. Whoa. And she's the most scariest chick ever. And so I put her in one of those things where you put her picture and it shows who she looks like. And one of them came up as Meatloaf.
Whoa.
And so here she is, and now she's super white trash and just scary.
Whoa.
And it's hard to see
She
her on
might have
this.
been cute when she was 14, though.
I can see that. That's a cute 14-year-old.
But wait,
She looks like a
Randy.
theater
we didn't
mask.
finish Randy's. So 2 8th graders.
Whatever
They took your
beat,
candy.
They beat me up, and then I was dressed as we used to have this a whole bunch of buttons that you would wear that say funny things.
Yeah.
My parents had a big collection of them.
Up with skirts, down with panties.
Yeah, something like that. And I found a joke one that they had made one year for some reason, and it said Billy Ray for governor or something. And I wore that, and I just said, "I'm a politician."
Oh.
And so these guys beat me up, and I was a politician. I didn't even know what the fuck a politician was.
So they got all your candy.
They took my candy, and then my friend's older brother took off running after him, and then we just got in the car and kind of searched for him all night.
Yeah.
But a guy that was with us was a little bit older than us and knew who they were. So basically, they probably went to some teen court something or other, and they got in trouble, and they had to pay me alimony, and they paid me
Alimony?
$80.
Alimony. Wait, they paid you $80?
My is alimony the term? I'm stupid.
No, that's
Isn't that when you have kids? Or
that's
your dad-
divorced.
But it's you pay someone to I don't know, they ripped my clothes, they stole something, they calculated how much they owed me.
Oh.
And this was all done in a secret teenager's court.
I don't
there was
know.
a teenage judge.
I just remember I got $80 and
All right, guys,
I
come on,
fucking
Nicky.
I went to Walmart and bought a bunch of candy and toys.
That's pretty sweet. That's kind of worth it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll get beat up for $80. Nope, guys, don't No.
New Bone Zone contest.
Bone Zone contest.
We're going to open a PayPal account. Whoever puts $80 in my PayPal, it's Brendon at BrendonWalsh.com, is my PayPal account. Just put $80 in. First one to do it gets to beat up Randy.
That person gets to beat me up?
Yep.
Or you get to beat me up?
It's whoever pays the $80, it's their choice.
But I get the $80, right?
It's kind of like that pay to beat up an old car sort of scenario.
Have you ever
had that?
They set up a car in front of a grocery store and you pay
Have you ever had
$1
that
to
fundraiser?
take a sledgehammer to it.
yeah.
You ever heard that where people pay like $5
seen
and then they get to beat the shit out of a car?
I've seen
I've seen it, yeah.
We have a guy in
that's what's like
Australia
the-
listening to us.
Oh.
Poor guy.
He didn't ask a question for open wound yet though. Nobody has.
I was gonna say though, the girl that I made out with, the first girl that I ever kissed and made out with at this repertory theater summer thing in college. So I was making out with her and I fucking popped a boner.
Right?
And she was like, she goes, "You're ready." And then I was
Really?
like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Do you want a blowjob?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, no. Because I was like, how far?
Did you know what a blowjob was?
Did you like laugh?
I
Did you
knew
laugh
I
it
knew
off?
what a blowjob was, but I was like, I don't think, are you supposed to do all the steps at once? I was like, I'm old enough.
should-
I should have been like
How old were
way
you?
further than this. I
We
was
should,
I was old.
Now this can be a new segment. It's a Bone Zone Masterpiece Theater where Randy and Davey will reenact that scene right now.
Okay.
But you don't have to actually kiss. But Randy, you
Okay.
have to be the girl.
So alimony is something that is not what I meant.
We're not. I know it's not. We already knew that. We're doing Masterpiece
Everybody
Theater.
knew that.
The Bone Zone
I
Theater
just
now.
looked it up on the phone.
Did you? You have to. You're one of the main stars in
Oh
this
well,
play.
just so you know, I
Or
apologize.
you're
for
playing me?
being
Is he playing me or is he
stupid.
playing the girl?
Oh, he has to play the girl. Please.
You could play me.
Randy should play the.
Wait, I
okay,
wasn't
I'll
listening
play
to the
Davey.
setup.
Actually, Randy, you play the girl. I'll play Davey.
Okay, here it goes.
Wait,
Welcome to Bone Zone Masterpiece Theater. This week's episode, Davey's first kiss. No.
Do you know what happens though?
you're ready.
Okay. Wait, we're kissing
Wait.
first.
Oh. I noticed. Davey, could you? I'm talking. Quit kissing my face while I'm talking to you, please.
Hey guys, keep
Oh,
it down. We're kissing over here too.
Oh, that's another couple.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Hey, this is me, Davey.
I noticed that you're fully boned up. You got a boner, bro.
Yeah.
Do you? Oh, sorry, that's my phone. It's ringing. I'm the first person to ever have a cell phone. Would you like me to give you a blowjob? That's where I put your penis in my mouth.
No. That was our first.
That's a great Masterpiece Theater.
Well, we're still figuring this out. This is only the third episode.
Masturbate Theater.
Very nice.
You have to take a lap around the Bone Zone. for that joke.
Davey's gonna take a lot of laps.
Take a lap around the Bone Zone.
He's like out in the city.
That level of humor is just below the, slightly below the level. All right, we're all back.
To fill in that silence, I laughed directly into the microphone for a long time. That's what I do.
Well, here's something. Is everybody? Do we already have? Did we already cover that topic?
Oh, I don't know if I think we moved on a little fast, but just like an update on the wallet thing. Just very quickly, I called a few of like the doctors and dentist office cards that were in, and I left messages.
We learned
saying,
this is a sadder part. Like one of the doctors, should we say?
Nah, it doesn't matter. It was just like a therapist of some sort. But,
Yeah, there's kind of a bad.
but I left my number and said I may have found this person's wallet, and you can pass this on. So maybe in the next few days, someone will call me, and that's like the. Anyways, we can move on now.
We need to start up a fund for Martha because, like, I feel like we need to give her more money than what she lost.
First, you need to find out if she's alive.
Yeah, well,
And
that,
we
that's true
should
too.
maybe figure something out to do. Maybe we could do something with the $400. That would be fun.
Maybe, what if we
If
meet
we can't
her?
find her?
What if
Yeah.
we meet her and she's a jerk and she's like, give me that.
Yeah.
She takes your candy and punches you in the
Yeah.
stomach.
And I'm like, that's
She's
my
that person who did
$400. You didn't have $800.
If anybody wants
man.
to beat up Randy, if you want to reenact the Halloween story, Randy usually has a big bag of candy with him everywhere.
Actually,
he
that would
goes.
be funny. We should travel. I was living in Medford, Oregon at the time. Let's do a contest. The winner will fly him to Medford, Oregon with me.
They can beat him up.
I'll dress up and they can chase me down that same stretch
That's a
that was right in front of my elementary school and just beat the shit out of me.
That sounds like a Bone Zone competition.
Oh man, we have a lot of questions on Bone Zone Open Wound.
Oh, we do. Okay.
Do we really?
do. Well, there's like 4 from one guy.
That's a lot.
Well, he might be crazy.
I got offered.
Oh, right. I have to look for. Oh, that's right. I have to search for Bone Zone Open Wound.
I
'Cause
got
they're not-
offered
There we
a $400 this week, and I need to know if you guys would do it or not.
$400?
Yeah, I got offered
Wow.
$400.
A lot of $400 going around.
My girlfriend's doing a spanking video, and they want me to join her. And I said, I'm not doing that because I don't want to be naked. Do I have to be nude? And they're like, no, you bring your own clothes. And then I'm like, well, what do I have to do? And they're like, well, I'll probably tie you up, and then act like you're a bad boyfriend or husband or something, and then I will spank you with your clothes on. And then they sent. I was like, well, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. And then they sent me like all these like sample photos of like what they do, and it's like like guys in the cars with like tied up.
Wait, you get
And-
spanked?
Yeah, I would be spanked
wouldn't do that.
or tickled.
No.
Don't do it, right?
I wouldn't do that.
No, I
Spanked
wouldn't
by
do
who?
it. I
What,
told
you
her.
don't want to be spanked?
No, it's it's
And then she
kind of
sent
humiliating to be
she's-
out there.
Yeah, she sent me one where it's just
Yeah.
a bunch of scrambled stuff. Like I can't even see what that is. So like I think that's like a trick. Like
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was clearly in that picture.
They're spanking one of his balls.
No, because here's what you're gonna, you'll probably
Beating up.
you and your girlfriend will probably break up eventually,
Right, and then this will
and
be
then
right.
it's gonna, like then you have some dumb video where you're tied to a chair getting spanked
And
by
then your
somebody.
next, your
But
next
what if-
girlfriend.
what
You
if
know
I-
the only porno that I
What if I
have
make
is
it
a
funny?
meat on feet porno.
meat on feet.
Yeah. Speaking of like
Please explain what meat on feet means, Davey.
meat on feet is just like it's called Meat on Feet Volume 4 Ground Beef Grinding.
He said, "Did you know?"
Did you
no,
know?
we didn't know that, David.
No, we're talking about like specific fetish things. No, I used to work at this video store and I sold it to myself for like 20 cents because I was like, this is too, because the picture on the cover is just like ground beef from like some, like Ralph's or something, some grocery
Yeah.
store, and a foot like just grinding into it. And it says Meat on Feet
Meat on
Volume
feet.
4.
So it was
Ground
like
Beef Grinding.
a foot fetish.
It's 20 minutes of
fetish
some
thing.
lady who's like awkwardly sitting there in like lingerie, and you can't see anything, but she's just literally like, oh yeah, grind into that beef, and she's just like like putting her feet in like meat.
Ugh.
Right?
That's
and it's
disgusting.
like it's disgusting, but it's hilarious to me. I don't know.
Did anybody
and
ever
also
rent it with
very
like a-
erotic.
with like
and
So you do like it.
I just can't get it on my head.
Did anybody ever rent it with like a big bag?
Did you ever
of-
jerk off
of-
to watching a woman squish ground beef?
No. Well, because there's nothing. Because she's just saying she's awkward. She looks uncomfortable. How can you like if someone was like kind of like
Pushing her to?
Well, this is the thing. Like if someone's like if they're feeling like very eroticized, is that a word? Then it makes me feel like like turned on because.
Yeah.
But you can tell when people are just like like that. So maybe it would, but it wouldn't be the fact that she was putting it in meat. It'd be the fact that she was turned on.
So they cast it wrong.
But they casted it completely wrong. But after 20 minutes, she's just like, you can tell she was just like, I'm done. She doesn't say that, but they cut before that. And then they go into like 4 hours of just like a best of reel of like a really old. Oh, this is on VHS, by the way.
Yeah.
I got it 2 years ago when VHS was totally, nothing's being made on that. And then it goes into a best of like, here's a bunch of scenes of other, like just regular porn for the people who got this for the novelty of it.
Oh, so there's just regular blow.
Yeah, but it's very disgusting.
Blowies.
Yeah, it's disgusting because it's in that era of it's like late '80s era, sort of like just hideous porn.
Yeah, I think if I
Hairy-
was
hairy
to do
people.
it, I'd do it like more as a joke. But even then, you're right. Like,
But then you're not in control of the final product.
Yeah.
And also, once you're there, it'll be a fucking gross, weird, depressing scene.
Yeah.
I mean, your girlfriend's doing it.
She
but
does it all the
that's-
time
yeah.
because she thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
She does spanking
But
videos
because
all the time?
they're-
Yeah.
She spanks or she gets spanked.
Both.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you? Were you ever in a thing?
I've been in 2 porno movies.
Yeah.
Have you
Yep.
credited?
I use fake names.
What's your fake names?
One is Peter O'Toole, and the other one is Buck Fuddy.
But as an actor, right?
But I'm just as an actor. I don't have sex with anyone, and I didn't even see any sex in either one of them.
Well, that's like.
Well, because I didn't want to hang around. Like, their porno sets are fucking gross and depressing for the most part. I mean, I don't know. It's like, if anybody wants to put me in a porno again, I'll do it. It's like you just hang out and
I know this one
say some
guy
lines.
that was just like you. He was just an actor, and his job was to be like a mugger. And it was
Yeah.
a Spider-Man parody. And like
I'm in a Supergirl parody.
Cool. So he's
probably the same guys.
He's chasing this girl, and he like grabs her to rape her, and goes, "I'm gonna rape
Was
you."
this recently?
Yeah, this is recently.
Yeah.
He's a comic named Damar, and so Spider-Man goes, "Hey, you better stop!" And like does like this web on him, but I think it's supposed to be a cum web.
Yeah.
And he's upside down, kind of like Spider-Man was, like when you're kissing and stuff. But he goes down farther, and then she just starts giving him a blowjob, and then like he's like pushed up against the wall, like right next to this blowjob, and he's like stuck to the wall, and he's like,
wait,
like,
so he had to be there and watch it the whole time in reality?
Yes.
That's awkward.
I don't know.
Because
That
my
could be
boner
fun.
would be poking the back of the guy's head.
Yeah.
What if she was hot? Is she hot?
I don't know.
Who was it?
I don't know.
I saw, this is, speaking of your meat video, I don't know how entertaining this is, but when I lived in Austin, there was this guy, Jim, that, that we were friends with. And he had this friend, Aileen, and he said she had this German shit-eating video. And this was like 98, this is before the internet when like two girls, one cut. Like, it was before every gross thing has
or
been
before
available.
like South Park talked about German shit.
It was right. Actually, that year I saw that's when the VHS tape of the South Park Christmas, the Jesus First Santa was being passed around. Like I saw that year,
Did you
like
see
a year
that?
before. Yeah, a
Wow.
friend of mine knew one of the guys or something, this girl Beth that worked at this club that I used to hang out at. But this guy Jim would talk about this shit-eating video that Aileen had, and we were like, oh, we should get the shit-eating video. Like I don't know why, but it would be like, we thought like, oh, it'll be funny, like these guys like laughing and shitting or something. And we just didn't even really think about it.
Well, yeah.
And then he gets it, and we're like, we'll watch the shit-eating video. And as soon as we put it on, we were all just fucking depressed. Like, it was disgusting, and the guys nobody was having fun. It was like what Davey was saying with the girl just there, like they looked diseased.
Like
and
the people that were in the video.
the people that were in
fun?
nobody was having fun.
Was it like on a plate with like a knife and fork?
No, I don't think we really got too deep into it. There was one part where a guy had like a pantyhose over his head, and they were smushing shit through the pantyhose. And it was disgusting.
Yeah.
So we stopped. I don't know. Maybe we did kind of leave it on. It wasn't very long. But then at the end, it was just like half of a woman's face on the screen. And then on this side was just a guy like jerking his dick at her face. And then right before he came, he fucking poked the head of his dick with a pin or something.
So he
started spraying blood and cum all over her face. Which I was kind of fascinated by, because it's like, oh, like, because like if you have a boner, it's so it's
So
so
much
engorged.
blood, yeah.
And
It
then when you
just
start
sprays.
ejaculating, I guess it's like,
And then the
and it was just
boner.
like the blood was squirting like in tandem with the.
You ever see that movie Sick with, I think it's called Sick, that documentary about the guy who nailed his penis, the performance artist?
I don't
who was
think
dying?
I know what you're talking about. I don't think I ever rented it.
Man, but there's a lot of you see a lot of him nailing his penis and just a bunch of blood going everywhere.
Wouldn't you-
It's
He
a
was
great
probably the one that
documentary.
did that
It's a great
video.
I don't want to. I think you should watch it that's just a bonus.
Yeah.
But it's a great documentary besides
Bone Zone bonus.
Boner bonus. I would think that if you poked a hole in a blood-filled boner, it would be like when you pop the balloon and it goes.
Where would it fly to?
It would just fly all over. You would fly. You'd be propelled by it. Did you guys, when you were in, I had a very repressed upbringing. Did you guys have videotapes that you recorded porn onto?
Yes.
That you kept hidden, but did you have a buffer before that? Like, I had cartoons of the Tick.
Oh, funny.
And then, about after 6 cartoons, it was a long ass tape. After about 6 cartoons, it just went into some softcore from Cinemax. But a friend had to do it for me because my family refused to get cable.
So does the tick do things to you that you can't explain right now?
Yeah, well, yeah, the animated
When you
version
see Patrick
does.
Warburton, do you pop a chub?
No, Patrick. Well,
Have some
that's
ice.
besides the tick. Just naturally, he's a sexy,
He's a handsome guy.
non-gender man. He's basically like a neutral. He's like a woman. He's like a sexy woman to me.
Interesting.
Patrick Warburton, America's woman.
I had, when I was in high school, I had two. I was like younger in high school, and I had two people that were friends of mine that were a little bit older, and 18. That's the age to buy porn. But they were like, you want some porn? We'll buy you some porn. And I was like, oh, cool. And they bought me this porn, which I can't remember what it was, but my friend at the time, he's like, hey, my older brother also has a porn. You guys want to trade? And it was like, sure.
Oh man, you got caught up in a big porno
Very
ring.
quickly, very quickly. And I traded, and the one that I got from him, I hid in like a little like part of the attic, and my mom found it because like
Shirley,
my mom. Well, this is like
She wears two tops and denim skirts.
No.
No, that's the wrong one.
But anyways, I went to like find it, and it was gone, and I was like, oh shit, they found it.
What was it called?
Well, it was called Rookie Cookies.
So is it like a cop?
No, I think it was like these girls' first time in a porno.
Oh,
or
that's
something.
they're always enjoyable.
So Rookie Cookies.
Yeah.
I can't promote it enough. It was very good.
You watched it. You got to
Was
see
it the
before
first volume, or was it?
I don't know. I had it for like a few days, but my mom found it, and then her goal was to put it in the VCR while my friends were over to embarrass me.
Uh-huh.
And like that was her plan apparently, but she never did it because my friend, who it was his brother's, was like he's like, Shirley, can I have my brother's porn back? Like to embarrass me.
Oh, that's funny.
And then all my friends called me Rookie Cookie for like a year anytime they came over, just to embarrass me.
Rookie Cookie, I like it. That's Randy's new nickname in the Bone Zone.
motherfucker.
Rookie Cookie.
Rookie Cookie.
Here with our dog, Rookie Cookie.
Rookie Cookie.
Do you guys ever hear of the Italian Stallion?
Yeah,
Sylvester Stallone.
So, yeah, his porno. I used to work at a porno store, and like I didn't know about it. And my kindergarten teacher, she came in once.
Whoa.
And I acted like, oh, please don't recognize me. She didn't recognize me, but
Yeah.
she got Italian Stallion was one of them, and I thought it was so odd. I didn't even know it existed.
Wow.
Did
Have
you
ever
see
seen
it?
No.
No, I haven't seen it.
Pull it up.
Do you want
Rated X, I
films
guess.
Hot Summer in the City, Erotic Adventures of Candy, Candy Goes to Hollywood. And
Let's see
coming
Sylvester
soon,
Stallone's
The
boner.
Longest
let's see
Foot.
Maybe that could be a segment where we look at somebody's
I think
boner.
I've actually seen the Italian Stallion. It doesn't, but I think I fell asleep.
Hi, I'm Gail Palmer. I just spent 30 days in the dark with a man that's in every woman's dream. This guy here, Sylvester Stallone. I've been hired by Stallion Releasing Company to supervise the editing of this new X-rated film, The Italian Stallion, with Sylvester Stallone
She was hired
in
to
the
do
starring role as Stud.
Did you
I
know?
don't have to
Not
tell
to
you,
act,
he was
apparently.
the star of United Artists' biggest grossing
Yeah,
film
just supervise
ever,
the editing, you
Rocky.
dumb bitch.
After editing
Yeah,
this
get back to
film,
work.
I can assure you that everything you ever wanted to see of Sylvester Stallone
There's
can
giant
be
posters
seen
of
in the
Sylvester
new
Stallone all over her
I bet his
editing
dick
This is-
Italian
is a
Stallion.
terrible actor
This was
too.
re-released as the Italian Stallion after Rocky because
Right.
in that, yeah. So like they were capitalizing on the fact that this guy became
What was
big.
it originally called, I wonder?
I think it was called Tiny Dick Italian.
Yeah, it's called.
I heard a story about him from a friend.
Wow, look at that. That's weird.
Wow.
They're even like ripping off the Rocky theme.
I know.
Like it's the opposite Rocky
Yeah,
theme.
yeah, it just goes backwards.
Yeah, it's like backwards.
It's what? Who was the piano player who did the
Scott Joplin.
Scott Joplin? It's like
Ragtime.
just like him.
Whoa. Damn, he fell.
I had friends that worked at a video store when I was in high school, and they had like a porno room. And whenever we would come visit them, they would be like, they were girls, and they didn't want to like put the videos back on the shelves. So
Yeah.
they're like, will you guys do this for us? And we're like, hell yeah. And one time, we had a friend that worked at a pizza place across the street, and we went, and they had like a raffle.
And the pizza place had a porno room
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
which was
Yeah.
weird.
No, we pulled.
Oregon's filthy.
We pulled names out of this raffle from the pizza place and ran over to the video place and then called numbers and said, you just won 5 free rentals if you can get here in the next 30 minutes. And then we went and hid in the porno room to see if people would show up.
Did anybody?
Man.
Well, we went, the first thing we did is we go hide in the room and it's all dark and we see a guy come in and we were like, oh, he's been pranked. And then it was actually just a dude that wanted to rent porno. And he walked into the porno room and the lights were off and there was 3 dudes hiding in there. And he's like, oh, I'm not going to come in there with the lights off. But the best porno that was there, like they had silly titles, but the best one was Message in a Butthole.
Oh, Message in a Butthole.
Oh yeah,
in a
that's a good
Butthole.
one.
I worked at a video store.
Sandra Bullock.
That's pretty good. I worked at a video store for a while when I was younger, and there was a lot of porn there too. It was a regular store, but it had a big porno section. And that's it.
That's it.
There was one movie called Ripples and Wrinkles that we all got a kick out of watching because it was fat people and old people.
Man.
It was nasty.
Like a fat person fucking an old person?
No, regular person
What about-
fucking one or the other.
What about a fat old person?
There was an old lady who was kind of dumpy.
Are there any fat old people?
Not
I worked
too
at
many.
a video store on Vermont Street here in Los Angeles, in Los Feliz,
Mm-hmm.
and occasionally there was like that kind of like area. The porno area was upstairs, but occasionally there'd be like kind of an obscure director or producer that would come in that we would all freak out about because we knew of him, like Troy
Right.
Duffy, who did the Boondock Saints. Oh, what's this? Who did the Boondock Saints would come in and just rent tons of porn.
Really?
And at first, like,
Oh, the guy, they made that documentary about him.
yeah,
he's like a fucking
he's
shithead,
a
right?
shithead,
Yeah.
a total
Yeah.
shithead.
Yeah.
But he would come in and rent very masochistic porn. He would rent like this kind of like Bond, kind of like guys in control sort of porn. Is that? Are we
Sylvester
watching
Stallone with some
Stallone?
dudes.
Just,
It's so weird.
But
in a
they're not going to
circle jerk?
show anything on
No, it's
YouTube,
YouTube's.
though, right?
I hope not.
everybody go out and rent the Italian Stallion, buy it, and you can see Sylvester Stallone's tiny little dick.
Does he have a tiny dick? Is that?
No, it's probably average size. I forget.
Whatever's going on here though is very creepy. And I don't think
seen
it's
this.
ever going to stop.
It's just the same thing over and over.
You guys ever see? You know Jerry Stahl at all? He wrote for Alf, and then he wrote that book based on his addictions called
Oh,
Permanent
yeah.
Midnight.
Wait,
He's-
Alf didn't write for himself?
Alf did not write for himself.
thought
He
it
had
was
a
all
guy come in.
improv.
Alf's
Motherfucker.
stand-up act was written by another guy. He stole from
by a
Jerry
different
Stahl.
puppet.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could do that, like put a puppet on the road.
Well, Triumph the M-Sub Comic Dog did a few
Oh, yeah.
things like here in town as himself, and people would go see it. That's amazing.
So
you know?
what? Robert Smigel would just hide behind a thing.
Hide
with
behind a
Triumph?
pulpit.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Did you
people
see
would watch
he
it.
did on Conan? Well, I don't know when it
amazing.
was on. I was just catching up. I have it on my
It's
DVR.
amazing.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
Did you see him on He went to Occupy Wall
Yeah,
Street.
yeah.
That was
It's
one
so
of the funniest things
It
I've
is
ever
the
fucking
funniest
seen in my life.
He's the best person working in he's
Yeah.
him and there's Peter Serafinowicz in England, and who else was it? Like John Popper? That's not the right name.
John Popper.
Robert Popper? I don't know.
John Popper from Blues
Yeah,
Traveler.
whatever
One of
happened to
them-
that guy?
There's a Blues Traveler guy, but then there's a guy who wrote with Peter Serafinowicz, and that guy, that Popper guy,
Oh.
is like the most amazing.
Jalapeno Popper.
Him and Robert Smigel are
Jalapeno
the
Popper.
best. Yeah.
What happened to
cheese
Blues
and cheddar.
Traveler?
He lost the
Traveler?
weight and no one gave a shit.
Yep. He got real happy.
Yeah.
Happy traveler.
He
found-
swallowed a harmonica.
I was gonna
Swallowed
say-
a harmonica and it did the same thing that the lap band does.
Now
I was gonna say about Jerry Stahl. He wrote this porn called Cafe Flesh, which is the tagline, or like they advertised it as the 2001: A Space Odyssey of adult films.
Uh-huh.
It's insane. It was so popular they released an R-rated version of it because they thought they could sell it as a mainstream thing.
I remember that.
It's amazing.
What's
You
it
watch
called?
it, Cafe Flesh. Cafe Flesh, and a lot of it is monologue. It's basically people are going to like this circus. It's after the apocalypse. Only a certain percentage can have sex because it's too painful for most people, so they go to watch it. And people are enslaved to have sex. And then they're in this circus setting, and this guy delivers these weird fucking monologues.
Is Stacey Donovan in it?
I don't know. It's so
Oh
good.
no, this is older.
Look at
This isn't what
guy.
I was thinking of.
It's in the early 80s.
Is that Baba Booey?
That is Baba Booey.
Fa fa fo fo. Fa fa flowly. Well, we shouldn't watch movies for our podcast.
No,
I don't think
shouldn't.
that's an angle for a successful podcast. Four guys watch.
Watching a movie and not making jokes about it.
Yeah, just sitting there watching old porno movies.
It's funny.
Now we have some tweet questions, but these are more would you rather kind of questions.
How do you find
so
those
I don't
questions?
know.
But I could
search
try to
for-
legitimize it.
Search for hashtag bone zone open wound, all one word.
Okay.
And well, then I guess it's up to you to pick one. Oh, here's a guy. I
Me?
met this guy in Tacoma.
You pick one and then I'll answer it. Like you're the big boss.
This guy Rob from Tacoma wanted to know what restaurant I ate at. I'm not going to tell him.
Oh.
I was called Hobnob, I believe.
Wait.
I'm not telling him. I'm telling you.
Oh, telling
I just
the
told
world.
you.
Oh, you told me.
No,
Okay.
I was telling Davey directly.
Okay, got it.
Okay, well, here are the questions.
Romcomcdrom.com.
That's a
When will
great-
that be coming out?
We
I honestly
should
don't
buy
know
that.
because that was Brendon's. Yeah, we should buy that
Like,
up.
yeah,
Can
let's
we
buy
it
that up. Can we buy that, Red Man?
Romcomcdrom.com.
Technical romcomcdrom.com.
That's like.
It's going to be going up next week.
I hope it. I mean,
Answer
that's
your
like. I used to
question.
do. That's my stand-up joke.
Shelving unit.
I hope that I get credit for it. That's what I'm
You
saying.
can't copyright jokes, unfortunately. That's mine now.
I do that stand-up joke every 5 months when I do stand-up, so it's really going to affect my livelihood.
I'm going to totally Carlos Menstelia that.
It's like
He's right. We're broadcasting from the
He's
the
right
ice
next
house.
door.
He's right next door doing a show.
yeah.
Well, he left on the motorcycle.
He's
right?
stealing our jokes as we speak.
He stole. Well, I heard
The motorcycle was just like a way to distract us. He had his PA.
that's right. He got us to get off the.
He was driving.
Topic of
He was driving a Harley, but he had a recording of a different type of motorcycle playing. As he drove away. That's a joke.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
Mocker Mike, I don't believe you. Mocker Mike said, "I know where Martha is. Can save her wallet."
Yeah, no, that's
have
a
that's,
wallet
that's
for
another Twitter asshole trying to be funny. Listen,
Way to go!
I
listen,
say
everybody on Twitter.
This is
you're not
serious.
funny.
I say we give it to him. I believe him.
Okay,
Okay.
tweet your address and your phone
I'll
number.
tweet
my
my
address.
address, and I'll give you the license plate of my car. I just keep the wallet in the front seat of my car because if it gets stolen, what the hell? It's not mine.
Oh, there's a guy named Neil Mahoney in town who said something disparaging about me in a direct message.
Oh,
So everybody,
way to go, Neil.
go
Mahoney.
to @Neil Mahoney and tweet mean things to him.
Wait, is he the?
director
He's
of
a
Freak
director
Dance.
for Funny or Die, Freak Dance.
Is he really attacking you?
He's attacking me. He sent me a direct message that said, "You look so stupid on the internet." It's not funny, you guys. I'm in charge of this podcast. Whoever's laughing, fucking get out.
All right, I'm sorry.
Later,
I think
Randy.
Neil
See you
Mahoney
guys.
is a great
Just me
guy.
and Davey now.
Oh yeah, bye, Randy. What are you
Podcast
guys
is kind of
tipping
lame
this
without
evening?
Randy. I didn't realize
Yeah.
how
Smells
much he
better.
carried.
He really was the cornerstone of this whole thing.
Did you smoke your happy weed?
Oh no, I a guy where I work. A guy came in and gave us free weed, and I've never smoked weed before. And we gave like my coworker a big bag of weed. Whatever. It's a long story, but I was like, it was a free thing, so I was like, give me some of that. And he's like, you don't smoke, and I was like, I don't care. I never had my own weed. And so I took it home and I put googly eyes on it and I put it in a jar.
It's
So
great.
you're not going to smoke it?
No, I'll show you the picture.
And you know what's funny is when you first sent it to me, I thought you sent a picture of poop with googly eyes because I was driving while texting, and I looked at it. I'm like, oh, come
pet
on,
weed.
he's doing that already.
yeah.
Have
Hey,
you picked
man, nice to meet you. Here's my poop.
an open wound question? If there's an open wound question, I guess we should have specified the open wound needs to be like an intimate, details about my life.
Oh yeah.
Details
we
about my
should've.
life
It's our
or
fault.
like opinions.
You have
But
to ask
who
a very
says there's a lot of
specific
would you rathers on here.
Right.
Would you rather what's this one for fuck a walrus for $10,000 or let a walrus fuck me for $1 million? I would let a walrus fuck me for $1 million.
Yeah, whichever one has more money.
I would let one fuck me for $1 million.
I
big is
guess.
their dick?
I mean, it depends. I think walruses might have big dicks, but they also might stab you in the back with their tusks.
Oh,
Yeah,
Probably
you might
stab me in the
die.
back with a tusk, but I don't know, unless I can do like a I'm on top, like cowboy riding it.
Backwards cowboy.
If you were a reverse cowgirl,
Okay, so what if we were reverse cowgirl? I would reverse cowgirl a walrus. Definitely. We'll like knock him out with a drug, and then he'll get a boner, and then I would fucking ride that thing.
So maybe we should do things that are like for the next podcast. We will have like a Photoshop of Davey
fucking a walrus.
Fucking a walrus.
Reverse cowgirly. Style.
Walrus sucks his own. Oh,
and we also have to. Well, okay. Here's some orders
would
of
you
business.
guys? Would you guys like to ask me an open wound question, and then this could give an example of what they should tweet?
Oh yeah, that's good. Well, I think Randy maybe
ask Davey a question.
Well,
make me a bleeding heart.
Here's a walrus sucking its own dick, just so you kind of get kind of an idea.
Video.
How large is it?
Oh,
yeah, I guess
that's pretty big.
I just feel
Where
bad.
Is it? I don't see it.
It's on the right side. He's grabbing it with his little hands. It's
again, we're watching YouTube clips for our podcast.
I mean, it's $1 million. I could move to Detroit on like 18.
Yeah, but look how big that is. That's pretty big.
He didn't say that you had to fit the whole thing in there. Girls have fucked things without fitting the whole dick in there before.
Yeah, and there's also guys that fucked horses and died.
But if we knock this out, like we could do a procedure, we could knock that thing out and do a procedure. I would put it in there.
If it's an actor walrus, and they know what they're doing.
If we could get Kevin James to wear a walrus costume, Wilford Brimley, I would definitely.
Like a walrus who's been in films.
For $1 million? Come on.
Would you let Wilford Brimley fuck you in the ass?
Yeah, for $1 million. Are you kidding me? Plus, he's like, honestly, how much can he do with his diabetes?
He's pretty rock hard, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's all calcium.
He'd have to stop and eat a piece of candy in the middle of it.
Yeah, where there's a
get his blood.
But you're not supposed to eat candy.
What's your open wound question,
If you have low blood sugar, you got to eat sugar somehow.
Yeah.
So okay.
Question. Well, like, how do you visualize this going? Like open wound. Like you'll just be as honest as possible.
Very honest as possible about anything. Like the fact that I would probably just.
Like a question about you, or a question like your view on something.
On something. It could be anything. Just something that you need open honesty for. Like
then something about feelings, or like.
It could be feelings. It could
something
be
about you crying, and
it could be something real personal. And I'll try to be as honest as possible. As long as I guess this is the thing. As long as it doesn't hurt another person.
Okay.
Me talking about it.
Oh, what if it was like something about you and Randy?
What do you?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, like tear our comedy partnership up.
Yeah,
tear us apart.
Like, what's your least favorite thing?
Like, what do you think?
Okay, yeah. What is there? Well, that's not a good question because I'm so awesome that you probably have nothing negative to say about me.
Yeah.
Finally, our sound machine is working again.
Sound machine's working.
I don't know. Well, I mean, like an easy one is like, when's the last time you cried and why? Or
oh man, I think that's easy.
The last film that you cried during.
I think the last film I cried during was the other night. I watched Brazil there was a Q&A with Terry Gilliam, and I cried watching it because like he did a Q&A and he explained some of the things that were going on at the time. And no, I'm very like.
So the answer is the last film you watched.
Literally the last film that I saw in the theater was a Q&A with Terry Gilliam at Brazil, and I cried like...
Did you water this down?
I cried like an idiot. I'll tell you the one thing that my girlfriend mentions to make me cry.
Down.
Can I tell you the one thing my girlfriend mentions to make me cry that's from a film? There's that end scene, the very last image you see in Monsters, Inc., that Pixar film.
I never saw it.
John Goodman plays this big furry monster, and he falls in love with this little kid that's snuck into this monster world, and he puts her back and then destroys this portal to her world, and then like his friend puts together the portal piece by piece, and like a few minutes go by, and he opens the door because he's so excited to see this little girl again, and the girl calls him, what's he call him, like Kitty or something like that, because she thinks he's a cat, and she calls out like her nickname for him, and you don't see her. All you see is he's kind of looking around, kind of like what's going to be here. And as soon as he hears that, his face just gets so bright and happy. It tears me apart to see that face.
Can you cry?
That's awesome.
I
can almost cry
Can
on
we
cue.
make Davey
but that's
cry?
not real life.
cry?
That's not real life, is it?
It's not real life, but it does make me... You were asking about a movie.
Can I show you the beginning?
Can we make Davey cry?
Yeah.
Let's make Davey cry. Are you comfortable with crying on the podcast?
It's pretty easy.
Okay.
I would cry. No, I don't know if I could. If you guys can try to make me cry.
So there's that movie clip that gets you a little choked up. What else? Like, what's something that you could really think about
What else?
to make?
Is there
you
like
cry?
some sort of injustice? That
Doctor
makes you
Who
cry?
makes me cry for some reason.
Because
This is really nerdy. Doctor Who makes me cry because he's this guy who lives like hundreds and hundreds of years, and he's got no like his companions die before he does.
But you're not crying yet.
I'm not crying yet. And the fact that he had like every time like he dies and he never wants to die, but then he's resurrected is another thing. Like that makes me tear up. Oh, look at that.
No.
I don't care about dogs. It's the if you get to a cat on there, it would make me cry.
They
There's a
show
video.
cats in there.
He's
Video of a
showing
dog.
right now. Red Band's showing this Sheryl Crow.
Sarah McLachlan.
Oh my God.
Maybe we could find that clip. If you watch
cat-
the John Goodman clip, would that make you cry?
That cat
It
didn't
might
have
make me
one eye.
cry.
He was winking.
I don't know.
Come on, I don't watch that.
I mean, it wouldn't make me weep. It would make me tear up. I don't know the
yeah.
last time I weeped. Are you talking about
Right.
weeping or crying?
Well, for her, who sings this song?
Sarah McLachlan.
So for her to put this song on there, that means that now every time someone hears this song, they're gonna be bummed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like not good for her music, right? Like no one wants to buy this song on iTunes now.
No.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna feel like shit. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, put it off.
Yeah.
Fucking idiot. That lady.
The last time I actually physically weeped out, like just uncontrollably, was when I was dumped by my fiance.
Oh shit.
When you
Like
dumped
8
her or
years
she
ago.
dumped you?
She dumped me.
Oh.
Are you happy about it now, though? Looking back.
Probably because I wouldn't be doing
He
like I
said
probably
probably.
I probably wouldn't have stayed trying to do stuff because when you have another person to care for, like you can't lead this sort of lifestyle,
She didn't
right?
have any legs.
You can't. she had rods in her back. That's close. She had rods in her back. Yeah.
Was it from you taking her to the bone zone
Oh
too hard?
man. And then that's why
Sound
you
guy.
felt
Wait,
yourself.
wait.
We're taking
What was it?
applications for a new producer of the Bone Zone.
What was
Our
it
guy's
from,
just
Brendon?
smoking
What was it
cigarettes
from,
over there.
Brendon?
From you did you pound her too hard in the bone zone? Is that what happened to her? But you know, we have a new.
shit, cheers.
What happened to our other sound drop?
Oh yeah.
We only used it once. Did you? Yeah. Let's use that from now on for the rest of the podcast.
I like that.
Usually, I have a computer just for this shit. I just don't have it set up yet. But there's usually, so I can just push a button.
Well, we're all still
Sorry.
figuring this out, folks. It's going to be a finely
We're gonna
tuned
start
machine.
having
I
guests.
bought my first poster. I went to the Pasadena auction today. Have you heard
Oh,
of
the
this?
flea market?
The flea market. It's badass. It's super huge, and I spent many hours looking for awesome, huge artwork and stuff for the studio. The only thing I could find was the Hat Emporium of Fine Hats, and it's this old advertisement with two cats wearing hats.
Tiny
It's the
little
smallest
poster.
little poster.
Cat in
There's
the hat.
the Fairfax flea market at the
I've been in-
Fairfax
I've been in there
High
one
School.
time.
You could
Oh,
probably
yeah.
find some good
Yeah.
art
And
there.
there's one on Vermont too, but the Pasadena one's supposed to be like enormous. And it
It's
has
in the
lots of,
Rose
like-
Bowl.
Yeah, it's expensive though.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of shit where I'm like, okay, this is cool. If this is cheap, I'll $500. And never mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't be that
Yeah.
expensive. It's like
Find
a flea
a-
market.
Find a
I'll
classic
make a
piece of,
big painting for you.
That'd be awesome.
What do you want a painting of?
Anything.
Fucking awesome.
There's a lot. I know one guy that's doing the Death Squad logo. He just finished a big artwork piece. But yeah, I've also put the address of this office. If anyone's an artist at home listening, if they want to do some Death Squad inspired shit or something.
Or if you want to like
Come
send a
down and
mail-
murder us.
a mail
How
bomb.
about murder? Yeah.
Sneak into this place.
I said
We're at
some
the
really
ice house.
hateful things. I do get worried sometimes when because I'll lash out at people on Twitter or Facebook. And then I get worried, like, oh, what if somebody just like murders me?
They just Google
because you
your
don't
name.
know who these people are.
Yeah.
Like one guy, I was on a plane and I checked I signed up for the the go in-flight, wireless, so I could still play with my phone and tweet and stuff while I was flying. And I got an alert that I had a new Facebook, whatever, and some guy posted something on my wall of promoting his dumb fucking show, podcast or something, just some dude I never heard, or some dumb rap show. And I just commented, I said, please remove yourself from my friends list.
Yeah.
And then he sent me this message like, what goes around comes around, motherfucker, or something like.
Whoa.
And I was like, oh, cool.
Wow.
This guy might kill me. And then and then on that same flight, actually, there was a fat dude sitting. I had a middle seat from Salt Lake City to Tacoma. And there was a guy, he was fat, and
There was
he was
like
in the aisle seat.
There's a sale on wings in Tacoma.
He was going to an all-you-can-eat wings buffet. It's the world's largest wings buffet emporium. No, he's just, fat guy. He was nice, but like he was taking up fucking half of my seat, like his fucking fat arm, and I was like, it was like this at one. I had to put my arm over my head because I couldn't the only way to be comfortable would be to put my arm around him,
and which makes you uncomfortable.
And I was totally uncomfortable, and I was getting like panic attacky.
Well,
and
maybe you should explore that about yourself. You should be more comfortable around that guy.
I should
probably would have felt good.
You're slept with a big fat girl.
It was really bad. It was really like claustrophobic because I was in the middle, and then I was being pushed to the side by the guy, and I went and sat. I stood in the back of the plane. And luckily, the waitresses were fucking sympathetic and let me hang out in the back of the plane. And,
wow.
They were like, sorry about that.
And you guys
saw how fat he was.
I mean, as
you guys just had a big shitting on the fat guy
somebody
fest.
who's uncomfortable in plane seats because I'm getting fat. I'm fat.
You're not fat.
I wouldn't call you fat.
You're not taking up more space. You're not you're not bigger than seats.
It seems like one of those things that for 99% of the time is totally preventable, and it's just somebody's it really I get mad sometimes. I almost think it should be taxed.
Being fat.
I think being fat.
Something has to be done, and it's like people are
killing themselves.
So fucking they're killing themselves. Number one, and number two, it's like I'm not saying you're a bad person. People get so personally offended.
Yeah,
there's a Carl's Jr. near here, right?
Yeah, there is. Right. We went to Deltaco the other day.
Del Taco.
Oh, Del Taco. Deltaco.
I'm sorry.
Wait, let me finish my.
I know. I'm just excited to go eat this food.
Actually, I hear not Carl's Jr. I hear Del Taco has these crazy cheese fries though that are supposed to be amazing.
They're supposed to be so.
Maybe
good.
we'll check them out.
It's right across the street.
Okay,
come hang out with us.
But
Del
I took a picture. I took a picture of the guy.
Del Taco. You did?
Yeah, I took a picture of him and just tweeted on a flight. Have to in middle seat sitting next to this or whatever.
That's my twin brother.
Nothing too bad. And so then a day later, I started getting all these hate at replies. Apparently, Rainn Wilson, the Office guy,
yeah,
he retweeted that.
But people hate him, right? That's why they hated you.
No, I don't know. He's just got a lot of followers, so he's got 2 million followers. So there's a lot of dummies in there.
And disagreed with you or agreed?
No,
with
he
you?
just retweeted flying,
he
sitting
has
next to
ton
this.
Of followers.
Wow.
Ton of
and
followers.
I don't know why, because he doesn't follow me or anything.
Comment?
No comment. He's
just skinny looking for fat guy jokes, probably.
I don't know, but he just retweeted sitting next to this on the plane. And I didn't say anything disparaging, really. It was just oh, great, look at this.
Yeah.
And then I just got all these fuck you, real nice, you fucking douche. And and I just lashed out. One guy was I'm unfollowing Rainn Wilson for retweeting your garbage. You're fucking, I got a couple fingers for you, fucker. Or something.
He's got one finger that's the size of a couple of fingers.
Yeah, you
you
just lost a bunch of fat followers.
Yeah, well, but so I lashed out at them, and that guy,
they're following you.
He told me that
he's
I'm going to unfollow him, and you're a piece of shit. I was oh, well, you should go fuck your mother too. I tweeted to him, and then another person told me they meant to say you are garbage to me.
You ate garbage.
You ate garbage, so I said you misspelled the word "are," you fucking retard. And what was another one?
When I quit my job 2 years ago, I quit this job day of No, the job I have. This just reminded me of that. I worked in a restaurant. I was a cook at a gay bar, and I was desperately.
I just unfollowed Brian's ponytail. Really? I was cleaning out my Twitter.
He hasn't tweeted in forever.
Yeah,
I started a Twitter for my old boss's ponytail, and I would tweet shit that my boss would say, and then also create other stuff. But I quit. I was supposed to be at work at 11 in the morning. I had a job interview at 9. I got the job, and I just emailed them and said I'm not coming to work today. That's an asshole way to quit. But I mean, they knew it was coming. But it reminded me of that because I was just sorry, I can't come to work today. I quit. And then I emailed them and then said love Randy, stay cool, never change. Some bullshit like that. And then my boss, Brian, who I created a Twitter for his ponytail, text messaged me and said, thanks for the heads up. And was calling me an ass, but he said AST, he hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
So I said, "What's an ast?" I felt
Did he reply?
No, he was. I just pictured him going, "Oh motherfucker!" just running away in anger.
Again.
Yeah. Anyways, that's similar.
So this Neil Mahoney character. Everybody go to @Neil Mahoney and just
spell it out for us.
NEIL M as in Mary, Ahoney. Neil Mahoney, all one word. Everybody attack him on Twitter.
Important.
You made
I
a
love
powerful
Neil
enemy
Mahoney.
this day, Neil Mahoney. You're not friends with him anymore, Davey.
I'm not friends with him anymore.
Not if you want to be part of the Bone Zone.
Okay.
You're fucking San Francisco wig, Davey. Now.
Yeah, fuck everything.
Did we ever explain
LA's.
that? Davey's wearing a wig and a hat. The hat is.
Should I take it off right now so people can see?
Well,
No.
I mean, a lot of people are just
No.
going to listen to this
Yeah, I don't
audio
wanna-
wise, so
A lot of
you
people.
can't get like upwards of in the teens.
Yeah.
But you wear a wig and a hat every once in a while as a joke.
Neil
That's-
Mahoney
not a
did
joke.
say to Bone Zone Open Wound, do the bugs in Brendon's beard smell as bad as they look?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see?
And what's the
that
answer
kind
to
of
that?
hater shit? Well, number one, I don't have bugs in my fucking beard, you asshole.
Yeah, that's me. I have
Dude,
the bugs.
I'll tell you
That's
what.
my
That's Randy.
Meet me at the Pasadena Ice House, Neil Mahoney. Come down here right now.
Yeah, we're gonna.
I'll tell you. You could say that to my face. Maybe you can smell the fucking bugs. You smell my. You can smell my fucking
Yeah.
fist in your face.
Why don't you come down here and you guys will have a foot race and see who wins?
Yeah, we'll have a foot race. You fucking run into the hospital after I
You
kick
guys
your
have
ass,
have a spelling contest, see who's smarter.
and then we can. Then we'll try to win a lady's heart. We'll try to win a lady's hand in marriage.
We're all drunk, right? That's
We all.
I'm
How
not
much have we
drunk yet.
drank?
I'm
Oh.
drunk.
I
We
think
drink
this
some more.
Jameson got
Hey.
watered down. I might need some of yours.
Will you give me your keys?
My keys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need them.
So
Keys
here's
on
an
Van Nuys.
interesting. Here's
What's
an
that stuff?
Canadian club
Canadian
whiskey.
Club.
It's been aged 6 years.
It's one of the, listen.
Do they age it in this plastic mouthwash bottle that it's fucking in?
It's been aged because no one will fucking
Aged
buy
in
it.
Listerine.
It's been on the shelf at Vaughn's for 6 years.
Since
Nobody
2005.
buys it.
I like Canadian Club.
That's
Oh,
fine.
man.
A lot of
Here's
history.
here's something disturbing though, and there might have to be a complete overhaul of the Bone Zone.
Oh no!
Don't worry, guys. No, your jobs are secure.
fuck.
Everybody's
I was
job
like,
is secure.
Oh yeah, well Davey and I are starting
Your
our own
401ks.
podcast.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
really? You're
We're
gonna do that?
gonna
Yeah,
record
yeah.
it via tape recorder.
Yep.
And no one's gonna
We're gonna send it to all of our ex-lovers.
Our Davey and I's plan is to get on America's Funniest People, anyways.
Really?
Yeah, Dave
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Coulier.
Dave Coulier and the
Oh,
lady.
Yeah.
Tawny Katan.
They
I
got a-
met her.
Really?
Did you?
Yep. She was at a show.
When?
Did you do your best Urkel impression for her?
Tawny Katane?
Yeah, 'cause
Why?
that's what they do on
America's Funniest People is all white people doing Urkel impressions.
in a mall.
We want to put
in
together.
their defense, it was 15 years ago when
Yeah,
that show was on.
but we want to put
Sorry.
together. We want to
There's
put
a
together.
lag.
We
There's a
want to
lag
put
on
to,
my cable provider. and I've
someone
been
out there put together a
What's that? There's a
compilation.
noise coming through my headphones.
Oh, that's my voice.
Yeah, the terrible
right.
noise.
That terrible shrieking. Somebody out there put together a compilation of the white people doing Urkel impressions on America's Funniest People. I think you'd make $1 million on YouTube. Like that's the. Okay, I'll take.
Well,
a
here's
lap.
no,
Take a lap.
okay. Take a
Take a
lap.
lap.
No, I mean I think
Don't
that's a
break
great
anything.
idea. I just don't see how somebody would make $1 million on YouTube.
Yeah, it's just an expression that means nothing. $1 million.
So while Davey's taking a lap around the Bone Zone, I'd like to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, Jameson Irish Whiskey. Please become a sponsor and give us free whiskey. No, but this is disturbing. I was looking at. Oh, and I have to talk to Red Band too because I'm. How does the Bone Zone? Well, we'll figure it out afterwards. Like when it's posted and stuff, it
How
seems like it's not
recharting.
easy to find. for people.
Well, you go to deathsquad.tv and you can find all the episodes. There's actually at the very top, you click on shows and it shows all the different shows. You click on Bone Zone and it has all the episodes. Usually when we do it live, it stays on Ustream until it's uploaded to deathsquad.tv. So if it's a new episode, like it's like a day old or something, the
Right.
best way to do it is just go to the Ustream page, which is the ustream.tv/redband. But after that, what happens, a couple of days go by, I put it on Death Squad and then iTunes and all that stuff. So if you search the iTunes store, you can search for under Death Squad or you can search for Bone Zone, which will take you to.
Well, this is what that's what I did today because people have been I've been swamped with emails, snail mail,
Texts.
direct messages, texts.
Yeah.
Like it's interfering with my work. People
Singing Telegram.
asking me singing Telegram. I got 4 of them yesterday.
Oh man, those things are
people
annoying.
singing songs about where to find Bone Zone and how they can listen to all the episodes.
And counting.
But I
crows
looked
lyrics.
I was today before I came, I went on iTunes and typed in Bone Zone to see if we're on iTunes. and there's another podcast called The Bone Zone.
Oh no!
But
it's
here's
really
the thing.
old, right?
It's really, they did 4 episodes, the last one being in March of this year, but when you click on them, you can't listen to them. Like, there's no...
How about our goal is to...
Are you looking at that now?
Yeah,
Ruben?
they don't.
Let's email them.
Somebody out there
Wait,
go
wait.
murder
No.
those guys.
Yeah,
Let me talk.
fucking... No, Davey, go. Say.
So, all right,
Let's hear
here I go.
Davey's idea.
I think one of the fans of the Bone
He's gonna
Zone,
go murder
Brendon
someone.
Walsh,
No.
needs to go find these motherfuckers and fucking murder them.
Yeah, if any of you out there know who originally stole my idea, my idea that I was going to have 8 months later,
Is there anybody that owns a knife or a noose or anything?
or brass knuckles.
Well, here's the good news. One, it looks like it was done by kids. And the description
I don't
called The
care.
Bone Zone says not the reason your parents got a divorce, I guess. And there's a drawing of a dinosaur eating cowboys. As
I
the
thought that
logo.
was kind of a cool logo.
Yeah, it was.
that is
And then
pretty
if you
cool
go to their
logo.
website, it's not found, so it looks like they stopped doing.
We
the
should
podcast.
take that logo now that they're not around.
Hey,
Can
since
we
it's-
take
since
that
it's been a
logo
few
and put it
minutes-
in our logo?
Hey,
can we
since it's-
can we take the
Jesus
dinosaur
Christ,
out? And
can I speak for
No,
one
Randy, you're
second?
You're fired from the Bone
All
Zone.
right, see you guys.
Bye, Randy.
I'm
Bye,
gonna drive
Randy.
drunk
See ya.
into a brick wall. I'll be
Give
right
me
back.
a-
Drive drunk into Neil Mahoney's fat fucking face.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wait, Neil Mahoney's fat? Is he the guy you sat next to?
Neil Mahoney sat next to me on a flight, and my left arm's permanently numb because his fat arm was on my fat arm.
Oh, man.
Or on my muscular arm. His fat arm choked out my muscular arm.
A muscular arm's much more sensitive to that sort of thing.
So we need to...
Wrap it up.
I just had a
No,
general
well, I mean,
idea.
what have we done?
What are we at?
If I could just speak for 1 second.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just think the appropriate thing to do is email these people.
The Bone Zone guys.
They had a podcast called The Bone Zone.
Yeah.
Email them and ask them to surrender.
Be like, listen,
make
I'm
a
much more
video.
popular than you were.
No, this is my idea, and I'm
What?
speaking,
Okay.
sir. But just ask them to surrender and say, listen, is it okay if we do this? If you surrender... Now I sound like a robot. Or
What do you...
something.
Stop doing that to your voice, Randy.
I'm sorry, I have a
That's
whistle.
nice.
But yeah, just make a video of you waving a flag or some sort, and
Could you please put your filthy finger in my glass when you grab it, too? Oh, great.
this drink is gonna taste a lot like ham.
And ham.
How long have we done, Red Band? How long?
You're about an hour and 20 minutes, 25
20.
minutes, I would say.
End it in
How's
the middle
everybody?
of this sentence. Oh, almost.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's... so we never really got to the open wound. Maybe that wasn't really well thought
We
out.
did
I
answer
couldn't
the
even-
walrus question. Is there another one on there? that
Well, I
we
couldn't even come up with like a good question for that.
No, you
so-
had one.
It's hard.
There was
Don't be so hard on yourself.
Thank you.
There were some good questions on there.
Okay, well, what about, like, the first time you had sex?
The first time I had sex,
Yeah.
I was.
This is a vehicle
how specific does
for
it?
Davey to explain the first time he had sex. How specific?
Okay, so this is going to be an example, so that you can see how specific I can get, so you can ask specific questions. An open wound question. Okay, the first time I had sex was actually with the person that I got engaged to later on, because I had sex while I was in college. It was the age of. Are you ready? I was 22 years old. Oh,
I don't have a good sound effect.
You don't
for
have
that.
a sound effect for that.
Oh, yeah.
Can I have
You don't-
a-
Oh, yeah. That's all we
You
need.
don't have the
is, oh,
sound
yeah.
effect of some like.
That's it.
Yeah, but
That's
it should-
it.
but
Just
shouldn't
be
it-
on the
or
just
the sound
be
effect
cocked and
of a-
ready.
a
But
sound
shouldn't that be
effect
for 22? That shouldn't be. Oh yeah, that
It should be a
like-
balloon deflating. It should be it should be a trombone.
Get
it should
the,
be the sound of a horse getting really sad. Oh,
The Price is Right.
bum, 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 bum.
Sad
No, not
There we
that
go.
one.
There we go. That's a
Fuck
good sound
that
effect.
Music.
No, and it was like literally, I had dated her for like 3 months because it was the same situation. I thought that you needed to kiss, then maybe touch boob, then maybe kiss, then touch butt, touch boob, then touch pussy,
And then ask her parents if
and then
you can
ask
have
her
sex
if
with her.
can I have sex with you?
Yeah.
But the first time I had sex, we had so it was at a late age. I ended up dating her for 2 years. We did get engaged at some point. I was in college. I was 22. It was in the summer, and her parents were on vacation, so we're at her house.
We don't have to play it constantly.
Constant.
We really, if we could, like, if there's a college kid out
Constant.
there who's good at playing sound cues.
Depressing. They just needed to press play.
We were at her parents' house. We were going to go to my parents' house the next day to kind of because they were like, hey, you want to? There's this family thing going on. I forget what it was. But we were at her parents' house.
Probably like a family sex competition.
It was a family sex competition. Where will you have sex first? Yeah. And we watched Stephen King's It, like on VHS.
Oh, you got scared.
And we got hot and horny during that. Here's the thing that turned her and myself on. Spaceballs and that scene where John Cleese in The Meaning of Life describes sex to the schoolboys. That turned us on. And
but wait, what in Spaceballs turned you on?
Just Spaceballs. The whole thing turned us on.
Size of his helmet.
The size of his helmet, probably. I don't know. It was like I constantly horny, and she probably something set her off.
Rivers.
So we were watching it, and then we're just like, we should do, because we were doing the whole tip going in thing, and we're just like, well, we should go get condoms. So we drove to the only gas station that was open was like 10 miles.
We're doing the whole tip going in.
Yeah,
thing.
you know that whole thing.
Yeah,
open wound. This is happening.
Open wound. I was opening her wound. We go in. We have to drive 10 miles away to the nearest gas station to buy condoms, and I did the whole comics talk about how you should buy things that don't relate to it. So it's
right.
Here's some chips. Here's this magazine. Here's the condoms. Here's a Coke.
Yeah.
Here's whatever.
You spent $60.
And I spent $132.73
at a gas station.
$132.73. And the girl at the gas station is this 60-year-old woman looks at me and goes, "Have fun," like that. We go back. And because we want it to be perfect. She was a virgin too. That's what we should have said. She was a virgin too. So we wanted it to be this weird ceremonial thing. Because people have that in their minds, right? That it should be a ceremonial great thing.
That's girls have that kind of stuff in their minds.
I'm a very feminine man.
Yeah.
Davey's been planning his wedding for
I grew up
years.
I grew up in a very strict Christian.
Do you have a dream wedding day?
I grew up in a very strict Christian household.
On a cliff?
No, I don't have a dream wedding day. On my wedding day, I do want to have a sword fight with somebody comes in and objects to the wedding. I want someone to come in and be like, I object, and then I sword fight that bitch. Is that yours? No.
So yeah, you wanted you had this perfect. You wanted it to be perfect.
Yeah. So we go into. So it's not because originally when we were watching it in the basement, we had put the cushions of the couch down on the ground. So we're kind of basically dry humping on the ground, putting getting as comfortable as possible. And then we go and get the condoms, and we come back and we're like, well, it shouldn't be on couch cushions. It should be in the it should be in the waterbed. No, it's not in the waterbed.
It should be on the gazebo.
No, it should be in the extra room. We go into this bedroom that's the visitor's bedroom. And we turn on the radio for some reason because you think it needs to be to the radio.
Was there a song?
Yeah, it was Tainted Love. I lost my virginity to the song Tainted Love.
It was because you kept missing the vagina.
I kept missing it until I finally yeah. Perfect fuck song. Perfect fuck song. Bam, bam, bam. Imagine yourself just thrusting back and forth to this.
The tick.
It's the
and
perfect song to thrust back and forth to. But I was very genteel because I was like, "Oh, are you okay?" And she's like, "Oh, it's so cool." And remember,
she was
has
liking it.
She has rods in her back. Remember that. So it's all me doing the movements. Right. I'm doing every form of movement that you have to do to have sex because it's basically it's like fucking a statue. No offense. If you're listening to this, no offense.
No offense, dude. You guys aren't engaged.
It's offense. Yeah. Oh yeah, be offended. Yeah, be offended by
intended.
me
because she's half fence with all this steel.
Oh man,
she's a percentage
half
of fence.
And the next day, literally, it was one of those we're so old to be losing our virginity at that point.
So she was the same age.
She was 2 years younger than myself, but
so she was 20.
She was 20, but
yeah,
I think for a girl that's pretty old, because I think it's much easier for I think a girl who
It's
wants
not that
to lose
old
her
for a girl
virginity-
with rods in her back.
She was a very sexy girl with rods in her back.
She's
She's very
I don't know who
sexy.
this is. And whoever.
I was like, my dad at one point was like,
All right.
you're like lucky, right? And I was like, yeah, because I'm a fat ass.
Oh, that's rude.
That's mean.
To myself.
No, to your
My
ex-fiance.
dad.
When you get married, you should wear sweatpants with a tuxedo shirt tucked into it.
and a bunch of like
Black sweatpants
and
and
some-
tuxedo
like a
top.
full leg
and a
cast.
Oh
sword.
man, what else of open wound do we need to have? Is that enough of an open wound for
I
that
think that's
subject?
Good.
So but she enjoyed your sex?
No, I mean it was
Did she
first
write-
sex. It was first sex that
Did she
any of
write
us
a-
had ever had. So it's of course terrible.
I think I was pretty good the first time because I had seen so much porno.
You've seen so much. I literally was so behind on sex
couldn't
because
wait.
I did miss all the sex workshops in school. Like I was
workshops. That's
no,
not
all
a
the
thing.
the sex ed like videotapes they showed you in elementary
They don't
school. I
teach
was
you how to
behind.
fuck.
I was behind. I was literally behind everyone. And I for the longest time was like I don't like when I was in
Joel?
high school. I
For the
thought
longest
that
time.
pussy was just hair. It was just hair, and then it went to the butthole.
All right, that wasn't even an open wound question, Davey.
That wasn't even.
You're open.
Here's-
Anybody
Hey,
want to ask me what the first time I learned about pussy? Just ask me.
But there's a question from Twitter for Randy.
Is it will you shut the fuck up?
It's has Randy let one rip yet? Which
Oh,
is-
because I talk about my farts.
Pretty
Actually,
sure.
no. No, I haven't since
Really?
I've been here. No, I farted like an hour.
It's pretty good. Now the sound. Now he's on top. Now he's on point.
That's
is
funny. That's
good
an hour and a
morning
half.
radio.
That's a fellow farter
There we
asking
go.
if I farted. Not since I've been here.
In
I bet if
FF.
I stood up, I would fart.
Oh, stand. See if you can fart into the microphone.
I mean,
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah, let's see what your farts are.
don't
all
grab
about.
my fucking mic. Davey and I are gonna fight each other.
That's
Quit
okay.
being so violent. Wait. Honestly, do you want me to fart in the microphone?
Yes.
You better be ready with a fucking sound cue after he does it.
Put it to your asshole, man.
Rand man coming through.
Yeah, he did it.
That was a spitter.
Well, at least it was following a more embarrassing story by Davey.
That's
What was
not
so
embarrassing.
No,
about
I
that?
just like
It's an open wound. I'm an open wound to anybody
No,
who wants to ask me anything that they want
just-
an honest answer to.
wow. I wonder what that sounded like.
It was like very good. It
was a good fart,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
a good throat to it.
This is really good.
Well, I hope that fucking Twitter guy's happy. I just shit my
Yeah.
pants.
Yeah, Joe Daniel.
There's some paper towels right there. If you need to make a little man pond.
So we should have a guest. Should we have a guest the next time? What was this? The third one
Third.
of our thing? I don't know if we're. How are you feeling about it?
I think you should definitely
think we
have a
need
guest.
more structure. You do a lot of these podcasts.
No, I think it's very relaxed. I think it's the most relaxed one we do, which is what I kind of like it though. I think a guest would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
I
definitely
think-
start with guests.
I think it'll always be relaxed. Even if we try to put structure in,
Yeah.
it's going to
Yeah.
be hard to not do
Maybe.
what.
Yeah.
Unless you get some amped dude to mix in. That
We're not
gets you
very
all-
motivated. That's why we're so relaxed.
Well, I think we have a good rapport and we're funny guys together. I've been flying all day today, so I feel like I'm a little not on point today.
I feel I was really tired today. That's why
Yeah.
I drank the amount that I drank.
I
So
feel that I
loosen up
wasn't
more.
raised properly and I just have no intelligence or hilarity to myself.
I rely on farting into a microphone. So cheers. I've been sharing Davey's drink.
Oh, what happened?
Randy fucking lost his drink.
No, I've set it over there, and then I realized that Davey had a full one. Anyways,
Yeah, we should maybe. It's up to me. We should change the graphic. Here's some things that are going to come up. So we have to start a campaign to get this other Bone Zone
surrender.
podcast. Get them out of here.
Like, actually, you want
Or
them
at least
to.
TP their house.
I want them to actually surrender.
They should publicly apologize.
publicly
They should
surrender.
come
okay.
here with a white flag.
Yeah.
So okay, here's what's on our agenda. We get
Oh, did you read the descriptions of their podcast episodes?
not kind of.
All right.
What you can read them.
This week we talk about Discovery Gold's Rush season finale. We also discuss homeless people and the naked sausage thief.
We talked about homeless people today.
And the Gold Rush is my favorite show.
That's good.
Randy pans for gold.
I started-
We'll talk about that next week.
I started prospecting for gold.
He's got some gold.
He does have some
I have
gold.
some gold.
So if anybody wants to Murder
Fucking
Randy
murder
and steal his
somebody.
gold.
Murder Randy.
It's if you want to murder me for like 30 cents worth of gold, then fucking.
I think it's
bravo.
in the dollar amount.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we get the original Bone Zone people to publicly apologize to us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll try
I
to
will.
track them
I'll
down.
try to record an "Oh yeah"
People to-
version that I create because I have a very low, true
Oh yeah.
bass singing
Failed
voice.
attempt at oh yeahs.
Oh yeah.
I'll do that. Oh yeah.
Boom, boom.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah!
Bump, bump.
Buh. Huh?
Bump. Oh, no.
Oh, we have an email address, too, if you want to email us.
Yeah.
It's bonezonepodcast@gmail.com.
Bonezone Podcast, gmail.com.
So email us and tell us what you think,
And
only
that's-
if it's good.
Yeah, don't.
Somebody else on Twitter reminded me that we bought the domain name gayassfaggots.com a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
So maybe we should, I don't know what we're going to do with that.
Put some bones on there.
Got to get some stuff on there. We have to fuck with the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it to say the Bone Zone
We
with
have
Brendon
to return
Walsh.
that $400 to that poor lady
the
Martha.
wallet.
Oh my God.
Wallet adventures. more of
Literally,
that.
the one person who needs to have that money in the world is Martha
Or me.
or Randy.
Or we should do something. We should. I don't know. If we
Charitable.
don't find her, yeah, we should maybe do something charitable or something.
I think we should just have
Big
a
and
small
fun.
dinner and then tip everything else to the lady.
Are you kidding me?
I think we should spend it on a hooker.
I just want to eat some food.
I Google image search $200. I'm buying whatever shows up.
I'll do that right now.
Yeah, what is
A
it?
Google search.
What costs $200? I'll buy it.
Search.
What is it? Like a fucking.
Oh man.
What can $200 buy you? Probably not a ton.
I don't know, man.
$200, you could get an iPod. I need a new iPod.
A new iPod.
$200. Search. First thing, and I put the $sign. I didn't write $200.
That's what I did too.
Oh man, it's coming. It's oh man, it's taking a long time.
What can $200 buy you in Tijuana? That's the first thing that comes up.
Oh look, it's a family for four.
Should
Universal
we
Studios.
well, since it's a Mexican cash, should we see what that says then?
Oh yeah, I should put it back into their economy.
It's regular. Oh yeah, we could go to Tijuana.
Why don't we go to Mexico with it? We'll do a podcast.
Podcast in Mexico.
With the $400.
Traveling to Mexico.
Here's what $200 can buy in Tijuana.
It's
Image search. Google.
I guess it's
What is that?
It'll buy you an episode of South Park.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, this is probably long enough for a podcast this time. Unless you guys want to keep talking, I don't want to
No,
overstay our welcome.
I have
I'm
nothing
drunk.
in me. I have nothing in me.
Yeah, this is.
I farted into a microphone. I'm clearly a drunk idiot.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna go.
I'm not drunk.
Get out of here.
And it was my idea.
We're gonna go to Coco's Cafe if you want to join us.
Are you going to Coco's Cafe?
I think we should
They've
because
got
we
time.
Wait,
none of
aren't
us
you
can
meeting?
drive.
Aren't we meeting someone?
No, it's too late.
Canceled.
Canceled.
Never mind.
Oh, where were you guys going to meet?
Kate Micucci. I'll be performing at the Kate Micucci, playing with Micucci at the Steve Allen Theater on Saturday. We're meeting tonight to talk about what we're gonna do.
I love Kate Micucci.
She's
Canceled.
great.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you guys want to have the greatest time in your life, go to that. And
You should have had her come here.
Stay afterwards for the tomorrow show at midnight. Randy
This
and I will be
Saturday.
doing everything.
The Steve Allen Theater.
And I think Randy and I will be doing a Christmas show coming up, so stay tuned for that.
Randy, do you have anything you want to promote for yourself, not including Davey?
I'd like to promote. I don't know, just like world peace, overall well-being, and I don't know, Butterfingers.
I have tomorrow night, or no, not tomorrow. Cheers. Or tomorrow? No, Tuesday night. I will be performing at the Brea Improv and the Irvine Improv at 8 and 10. I don't
the
know
same-
which one's
same
first.
day?
Same day.
Wow.
Comedy juice
All
thing
over
this
the
guy
place.
does. So 8 o'clock and I forget the order. It's Comedy Juice at the improv clubs in Brea and Irvine. Tuesday night, whatever day that is. And
1990. What year?
I'm trying to fucking...
Yeah.
In 1990-11.
1990-11.
So that's Tuesday night. I'll be at the Irvine and Brea Improvs, 8 and 10. Figure out which one's which. Then Wednesday, November 16th, I'll be performing at Meltdown Comics. I believe that's Pete Holmes's CD release party.
Oh yeah, good.
Then Thursday, November 17th, I will be performing at the Comedy Store in the Belly Room. That show starts at 7:30.
I'm gonna be in the
at
stomach room later on.
And then at 9:30 on Thursday, I will be performing on Rob Delaney's show
On
at
his
the
stomach?
UCB Theater. And then that's enough for now.
Next Friday, Davey and I will be at the Ice House.
The world famous Ice House
on
Are you
the-
guys performing? Oh,
we're
you're
doing
doing
the
Death Squad
Pasadena.
show?
Death Squad show.
Can I get on that too?
Yeah.
in the alt room.
That'd be funny. Yeah.
So then I'll be doing that Friday. So I have sets every night this week. Some nights multiple sets.
Davey and I have sets every night this week too.
We have, yeah. But we're not going to tell you about them. You have to search for them.
Yeah, we're
All right.
talking. Actually, I was just.
Have to get
Google
better
search
at
us. The
everything.
Door Knockers.
The Door Knockers, that's Randy and Davey. Come see me at any of those shows this week, and we'll be doing another Bone Zone. When do you guys want to do it?
ASA never.
Never.
We'll do it soon.
Do it soon.
That's it. All right, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thanks for listening.
Oh.